And having gone to mango manias and mango festivals over the last 2 weeks, I was inspired to kind of show off the state of my mango trees in my collection. This is Springfuls, and I gave it a good whack this year. Right down here, took out probably about 50% of it or more. I'm going to leave this piece till at least next year, and I'm going to top work this area. Have somebody come over and help me do some grafting on there. But I am doing a complete rework of Springfuls. It's been a great provider, excellent yield, and unfortunately the flavor, the quality isn't that great, and the ripening isn't very even. But other than that, it's always been a great tree, so it can kind of carry on in a new iteration with other types on it. So this is Lancatilla. This is a complete disappointment. It hasn't, and you can see the size of this trunk. I planted it as a 3-gallon, and it has not borne a single fruit in 16 or 17 years. So I will give up on it. I made a video disparaging this tree years ago, and somebody defended it. And oh, there's my itinerant cat coming in. Are you saying hello? Are you coming in for a shot there, buddy? She lives outside. I think she was somebody's cat. I don't know, but she hangs out with us, and we give her food and scratches. So back to the video, and they said, oh, Lancatilla is a great tree and it really produces well, but I think it's just context dependent. I think it depends on where you are. Let me rub the cat again there. Are you getting some scratches? Oh, there you go. And hold on a second, cat's being really sweet. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. Cat got some scratches. Seems satisfied now. Walking away. Yeah, so I'm glad it works for some people, and I think this is a Honduran by way of Grimmel groves, if I know anything about the history. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to do almost a complete rework, top work on this. I've got some scions from the Scion Exchange at the Mango Show on Sunday, 2 days ago. So yesterday and today, yesterday and the day before, I grafted this tree a little bit. Hopefully some of them will take. I'm not good at all at grafting. In fact, I'll show you in a minute. The only tree that, excuse me, had any modicum of success was this little guy right here. And I wouldn't, real grafters would laugh at this, but that's the only thing I've gotten so far. But I'm trying, and it's all about practice. So Lancatilla is pretty much toast. It's going to get reworked into other things. So let me move on to another tree real quick. This little patch right here had been a rather tall seedling mango that came up, probably started about 18 years ago, and I just let it go. I let it grow all the way up into this tree, at least 20-25 feet up into this tree over the last, again, maybe 16 to 18 years, and I suspect it's a seedling of Carrie. So I don't know what the quality is going to be like. I'll show you how thick the trunk was. It did flower this year for the first time, but it was so far up I wasn't going to get any of the fruit. You know, the squirrels were going to get everything, so I just cut it down. Now that I know it's through juvenility, I can maybe in the next 2 years hope to get a piece of fruit off this and taste it. I've had seedling of Carrie before and I wasn't impressed, so I'm not holding my breath, but if anything I'll just top work it. And it's in an awkward place underneath this oak tree, but this way is west and that way is south, so it'll get light in the afternoon. Let me move on to the next one. Here I've got a sweet tart, my absolute favorite tree in my collection, and as you'll often hear, this is a branch bender or branch breaker. It puts on a lot of volume of fruit. I got some kind of squirrel-proof netting there, which is exercise in futility. So anyway, you can see the branch bending here. This is full of fruit this year, which is great. And I have no plans to do any top work. I'm just going to take those two prominent pieces there and get them out and take it back down to about 12 feet and just work it a little bit this year. And that's the sweet tart. Lots of fruit. A couple more things to look at. This is Malikica. And I had a Malikica, I don't know, 15, 16 years ago and tasted it. It was harvested just right, and I said, oh, I have to have one of these, so I got it. And so I've been going through a learning curve with regard to when to harvest. You don't want to harvest too late or too early. You got to catch it just right to get that really good quality out of it. And it has a great flavor, a deep sort of orangey colored flesh, keratinous maybe, like you know, carotene or whatever. I don't think that's the colorant, but kind of what it reminds me of. This needs to be taken down a little bit too. I will not be top working this. I've always liked Malikica, even when I can't harvest it well. I know it's doing its job. So Malikica, you can see the blushing on the shoulders there, throwing a little color, as is this one right here. So these are all pretty close. In fact, I should pick those after I'm done filming. And I've done this before, but I think one of my ways of knowing whether something is ripe is if I can twist it up like that and it pops free without too much, and that didn't do it, so maybe I'll wait. We'll try this one just for funsies and then I'll move on. Oh yeah, that's looking a little dark, so that came off fast. Yeah, that one's ready, so we'll take that one in. Should be good. This is Carrie right here, and as you can see, I aggressively pruned it, if you will, or butchered it, whatever you want to call it. So I left a third of the tree on, and the rule of thumb is to only take a third of the tree, but I always like to do things wrong and then learn from it, or not. So you can see I took quite a bit off this year. This was done late winter, early spring. It's popping back, got some new growth. There is fruit. I'll zoom in. I'll get up on the roof and show you. Hopefully that's showing up for you, the little mango. So yeah, Carrie, what I plan to do is leave that for about 2 years while this recovers, and I will top work it, but not these. I'll let this come all back as Carrie, and then whatever I take off here in a couple years, I'll top work it then, and maybe add one type to it, because I like Carrie. It's going to be my new smoothie mango. It's not a great mango, but it's decent. This is Chinon, and I did the same thing. I cut half of it down. And I'll leave this till next year and let this recover and bush out. I did top work it with Namdok Mai and Maha Chinook. You know, we'll see if those take. If I get them to succeed, then I'll have a couple different types, or at least one, hopefully, on here. And then again, this will get cut down maybe a year from now. So that's the mango tour. Let me go up on the roof with the Carrie, and I can show you the Carrie fruit real quick. Look at some Carrie fruit. That's kind of typical for the size, hand for scale. This one's a little larger, maybe 30% bigger than the two that I just showed you. It's really big. And what I noticed with Carrie is this is, I think it's the 1st of July, and you'll get an early push, at least I do with this tree, from mid-June, maybe the 3rd week of June into this time, and 1st week of July, and then you'll get some hangers on that'll stay through July. So you can kind of stretch it. At least that's my experience with them. And there's the Chinon that'll be coming down in a year or so. And I had to take all the fruit off of this. I had maybe 6 fruit, 8 fruit, and the squirrels got half and I got half. They seemed attracted to that, as they do the sweet tart. They left the Malikica alone, knock on wood. They did ruin a couple of Carrie. I may have had a dozen or so. There may be fruit still up here, I don't know. Anyway, that's your mango roundup for 2025. Thank you very much for watching.